Okay, let's start with yesterday's trades, current positions, the watch list for today, and some notable breakouts yesterday. So, Wix didn't do anything. INSY I covered before the close because of the strength, over strengthening the biotech sector. AIMT is new position I initiated. They're gonna present data on Monday, so I think it could have a nice run up into it, especially with the biotech sector being the strongest sector right now. This thing could really start going. Nvidia, I tried some short, didn't work. Gonna talk more about this one later. And in this account, these positions didn't really do anything. So IMGN, my chase from Friday looks like a genius entry now. And this is exactly why I chased, because I thought something like this would happen, depending, considering the chart and the overall sector. CTRL didn't do anything. AMD, I've been talking about this one, this possible scenario. As you know, I was short, swing short, I flipped to a swing long. I went from being short 6,000 shares to being long 6,000. Here at the 1450, low 1450s. I sold 1,000 before the close, and I think it has another buck or two in the tank. AAOY, I'm raising my stop to yesterday's lows, which is like 44.50 area, 44.40 area. My entry, I think it's like 43 bucks from Thursday, so it's a guaranteed profit on this one. UCTT, also gonna use yesterday's retracement lows as my stop. ICHR, now I've been talking this one to death. You already know what I'm looking for this one. In this one, CLVS, another biotech short I had, closed it for a small profit. My entry was 62 back in Wednesday, I think, or Thursday. So I ended up taking a small profit on it. Shop, working out nicely, raising my, actually lowering my stop to a slightly below break even, which is in the 6190 area. Pretty much gonna use yesterday's lows as my stop. And I think this rising 20 days, the next target for it. OWCP, this one was annoying. I bought it at 215 at open. They had some good news in Friday after hours, and well, I was up 8,000 on it near the close, actually 50 minutes before the close, and then CMBX crapped out and pulled OWCP with it, and my mistake was adding to it here, so I ended up taking a small profit on my initial position and took a loss on my add. So pretty much a scratch trade after being up 8,000 on it, which sucks. GoGo had some mediocre earnings, but extremely high short interest and beaten down chart, multi-year downtrend, and back in August, this thing had a big rally on shitty earnings. I would have preferred a stronger close, obviously. Probably gonna use this 1025 area as my stop. Jagex, bought it 121. Was up nicely here in the 140s. Decided to add here on the consolidation midday. It crapped out, ended up taking a small loss after being up nicely. DVAX, bought it before the close. 430, 420 risk. I think it can easily go to $5 or something, especially with the biotechs being so strong. So those were the trades and positions. So yeah, unfortunately, I was up nearly 20,000 yesterday in this account, and ended significantly lower than that. So let's look at the watch list. So Dries had some hilarious news after hours. Still looking for a short on it. Maybe we'll get some good pops. Geo, still stalking it. This one is starting to get interesting. I may try it today if there's a good setup. Because at this point, this is a point where you can very easily pull back $7-10. And it's all about finding a tight, low-risk entry where you can risk, say, $1 or something. What still stalking on the short side? Nvidia, I'm thinking maybe 106s, 107s for a potential fade point. It's bouncing, it's gonna be day 3 of the bounce now. Again, all about finding a tight setup, maybe something where you can risk $1 to potentially make $5, $7, $10. Still stalking this one. I really think it needs 50 or so first. Blue, still just stalking it. I hope this thing goes to high 20s or something. CMBX, unfortunately, it closed kind of weak, but I'm thinking gap up and push to low 4s or something may offer a good fade point on it, because this thing is gonna go back to sub 2. Probably not in my time frame, but so long watch list is pretty damn long. I'm not even gonna go through it. Labu, I'm gonna look for dips. Biotechs are just so strong. Like every single biotech broke out yesterday, especially the highly shorted ones. Let's look at some notable ones with like this one, thin name. Looking for a potential long setup in it. VRX, the biotech did not rally. Actually, it doesn't look that good. Nah, I'm not gonna look at it. RevG looking for dips. Oh, this one is gapping down on earnings. Another OTC wheat stock. Let's see. Mychen, this one I hope can go sideways a few more days. ENDP I like. Also beaten down bio-related name. This one looks absolutely awesome. Solar is also one of the strongest sectors right now. MTC, I talked about this one. Strong earnings. I don't know if it's buyable over yesterday's highs. I'll have to decide when it happens. This one looks good. Beaten down. Biotech related name. Enormous momentum this year. This med devices stock building a big base. Carb looks good. Deep low, I traded it on I think Thursday, right? Setting up again, looks good. Netflix, I'm not gonna trade it, but it's really shaping up nicely. I've been talking about this one before. I think it goes to high hundreds once it gets going. Nah, not this one. Looks good, just resting on the rising. Moving average. Actually implemented the 150-day yesterday, because I noticed a lot of strongly trending stocks tend to bounce off this area, exactly like the 100 and the 50-day. The 200-day I found doesn't work as well, but the 150-day seems to work really nicely. This one looks good. Yeah, so you can look up these ones yourselves. Let's see, FN, potential bounce setup in it if you can get to this moving average area here, mid-low 141s. Tesla, kind of strong close. I would have preferred a weaker close, but could be a long setup in it. RH, I think over 33 bucks. Risk 50 cents. This thing can go to mid-high 30s if it gets going. Highly shorted, coming off the beaten down, coming off the lows. These kinds of stocks are rallying right now. So, and this thing had a big rally back in November. I don't know if it was of earnings, but yeah, why not? OWCP, I don't know. I may short it if it has an open screen and goes red. Could be a nice short setup there. Now this one, I'm big miss yesterday. I was looking at it over 30, this 30 area near the open, and just I did pull the trigger. I could have easily gotten it in the 30-30s, 30-40s, and risked a $1.50 or something. But yeah, that was big miss yesterday. And this one, maybe if it opens weak, goes green or opening range highs, could be a long setup. Okay, let's look at some. So there were a lot of biotechs. Oh man, I regret I didn't do some of these. I was thinking about this one. Looks great. Tight range of the lows. Fitbit beaten down. Had a little bit of a rally. Next target could be the 50-day. DVAX I'm long. AIMT I'm long. GoGo I'm long. Had some earnings. I actually bought this one in an unrelated account back in the 42, high 42 area. But unfortunately I didn't buy it in one of my own accounts. CDEV looks great. Could very easily go to low 22s or something. Didn't find any news for this high volume move, but looks good. Sting could run. Has great earnings, if I remember correctly. Steel stock bounced off some support, tight range day on Friday. Another biotech related name broke out. Home builder. This one doesn't really look that great, but highly shorted biotech. Another highly shorted bio. This one I should have bought. I actually have it in my watch list, my long watch list. If I can get it in the 620s on the dip, that would be great. You know, big trend from the lows, rising 20-day bounce, tight range day before. It's a 5-star setup. Rare, another really highly shorted biotech. Looks good. I saw it in this $80 area, low 80s. I passed on it because I didn't see this rally coming in biotech, but okay. If it can dip to 81s, I may buy it actually. LNG, oil gas related name, had a little bit of breakout. This one broke out from this bottom range, had earnings after hours, so it's actually gapping down. This one I talked about. Everyone on Twitter was bearish on it because of fluff data, but it reminds me of HRTX back in June 2015. It was the same scenario. They released data, but they didn't release all of it, and everyone was bearish on it, all these smart biotech guys on Twitter. And it had a big rally. You know, it doubled. Even after big gap up, it doubled. It traded its float. This one also, it traded its float. So I wouldn't be surprised, you know, if this thing would double, it could go to 60, 70 or something in the next few months. So on a good dip, I may buy some potentially. Another highly shorted, very strong biotech. A little bit of breakout. Another biotech, highly shorted, 12 days to cover. This one I was thinking about buying in the low mid 220s. I passed on it, unfortunately. Really good looking. Could easily go to $3. Another highly shorted biotech. They had some news also. Now this one I should have bought. I should have bought when it took out these highs intraday, 2620s. Maybe if I can get it on the dip. Really good looking. It has catalyst also, highly shorted. This one also looked 5-star. There was just no volume on it initially, so that's why I passed on it. Otherwise I would have bought it in the low 43s, but didn't see any volume. So there were so many breakouts, especially in the biotech sector. This one, Actually bought in an unrelated account. As you remember, I had a great long on it back here. Went up over 20%. Okay, so that's it. Basically looking to potentially dip by Labu and some of the biotech stocks.